Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Rogo.
And I am Dr. Ortega, and today we're going to be teaching you about functions. First, I will go over an overview of what a function is.
Then I will be covering composite functions.
And that will conclude our video. Alright, here we have an example of a basic function. Basically what you do for this function is you plug in the input, which in this equation is 4, into the variable, and you get your output. So basically what you would get is which equals 14, and that is the answer to your function. Alright, so now I'm going to be showing you how to get the inverse function of your original formula. Finding the inverse of a function is just a way to get back to your original input. Alright, and so here you have f of -1, because whenever you take the inverse of a function, it always goes to the power of -1. And then your new input, which is your original output, becomes your new x. And then you also have another x up here, which is why you have your 14 here too. And then for the rest of the equation, you just take the opposite of what your original formula had. So instead of adding 2, you would subtract 2. And instead of multiplying by 3, you would divide by 3. And then once you do all the math, so 14 minus 2 divided by 3, you get 4 as your final output, which is also your original input. And that is how you do it.
Alright, now moving on, we're going to be talking about composite functions. A composite function is when you plug in one function into another. Here we have f of g of x, which is our composite function. G of x, since that's located closest to the x, that will be the first function we plug into. So, if we have x equals 2, we're going to plug in x equals 2 into the equation, getting 4 times 2 minus 1 equals 7. Since we have 7, we're going to plug that into f of x, since that's the second function. So we have 7 plus 3 equals 10, and 10 becomes our final answer. Another problem for composite functions is when we don't have an x value given. So we still have f of g of x, and our g of x is now 2x plus 1, and our f of x is 4x minus 1. So since, as I explained before, we're going to use g of x first and plug that into f of x. But since we don't have an x value, we're just going to plug in the whole equation. So if x equals 2x plus 1, we're going to plug that in to this right here. So we have 4 times 2x plus 1 minus 1. We're going to distribute the 4 to get 8x plus 4, since we're multiplying 4 to both values to get 8x plus 4, and we still have the minus 1 on the outside. Then we're just going to subtract the minus 1 from the 4 to get a final answer of 8x plus 30. We hope we've been able to teach you a few things about functions today.
Thank you for watching our video.